Hey traders, Jason here with Day Trading Fearless. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Make sure you guys hit the like button and also subscribe. And in this video, we're going to do a quick recap of what we trade in the free Discord chat room. So make sure you guys join. Links down below in the description. But we're going to talk about how perfect dead on the trade zones were. Also, our weekly trade zone got nailed. Only $50 a month, or sorry, a $50 lifetime subscription, one-time payment. This one trade today that I'm going to show you would have paid for that 9 times over, right? So you could make about $450 from low to high of this one trade zone that only costs you $45, and you really didn't take that much risk on the trade. So I'm going to show you that. And then just kind of show you what I liked and how I would have traded these trade zones. So hopefully it'll be a little educational for you. So with that being said, this morning at 6:30 in the morning, 6:25, I sent out these, hey, watch the a short at 78.50 to 81.50, watch for a long around 46.49 to 46.51. And this is what the picture looked like, right? So if we went up here, you want to get short. If we came down here, you want to get long. So let's pull up the chart. Okay, we're going to pull up we'll just pull up a 1 minute chart. Okay, and the market opened right around here. And I even was on the mic this morning for a little bit. And I was saying, hey, if we break above this 71, it's a good long up into the trade zone, and that's exactly what happened, because we were making lower highs, right? A high, a lower high, lower high. We were making lower highs, but we had a nice W bottom down here, right? And then if we broke above it, this entire trend would have changed from bearish to bullish just from this leg, and that's exactly what happened. And we broke above the 71 level, ran all the way up to 79. And look at this, right into our trade zone. Very, very little risk if you took the front of the trade zone. There was also a nice divergence, okay? I know I talk about this all the time, but hopefully it gets drilled in your head to look for these divergences. They are telltales of how to trade, and especially when we see a divergence into a trade zone, that is usually money in the bank. And then all we have to do is, when we see a divergence, we spot it, just use the reverse waterfall. Once we break, you could get short, or you could look for a kickback, or you could just sit there and go short at the beginning of the zone, the middle, the back. It's all up to you, right? That's why all these zones are self-managed, but I just want to give you ideas of how to trade them. And look at this, right? Now, you might miss this. You could have said, hey, if we come back into it, let me look for the kickback off this divergence. And here was one kickback, here was another. So there were multiple opportunities to do it. Just to be totally transparent, when I was talking about this in the the voice chat this morning in Discord, I said I didn't like this trade because we already had a mini divergence right here, right? Just from here to here, here to here, and we missed the trade zone by 1 point. One of my rules is if you miss the zone by a point or something like that, and then you have a sharp pullback of like 3 or 4 points, the zone is no longer valid. But if you kind of were a little more risky, you want to kind of throw the trade on, see what would happen, you got well rewarded. That is just one of my trade zone rules, right? So that trade worked out really clean. And then later on in the day, right, price started to fall. And look at this. Here's our lower trade zone, which was at the 49 to 51 level. And we could see price came all the way down right to the 50 level, and then we bounced to 54. So this was a nice 4+ point bounce, but then you could have taken a second trade, which was also showing a divergence inside the trade zone, and this was about a 9 point move, right? That's why I said earlier in the video that $50 for the lifetime subscription would have paid for itself, because this trade zone was the same as our weekly trade zone. Okay, just certain things lined up. Everything was looking clean. We had a gap, right? Multiple confluence levels here. So it worked on both zones. And so if you took that trade, it would have paid on one E-mini contract from low to high. Now, I know not everybody's going to nail the low and nail the high, but I'm just saying it was a 9-point move. Could you have picked up 2-3 points all day long with very little risk? Your stop would have gone maybe a point or so behind the back of the zone, where you only had literally 3 points of risk if you bought at the front of the zone. So hopefully that kind of helps clarify that. So those were the 2 trades. We are still in the downtrend right now to, I would say this, probably 4680 level is what we need to break to reverse this entire downtrend. For the stock room, real quick, just a couple trades. I said RXNT, watch that for a long, RNXT, or RXNT, RNXT. Okay, this morning, this is kind of what the market looked like. I said, watch for a pullback around $10 to $10, right? At 635, so right kind of when the market opened, right? And we actually got down to 1007. I believe it was this move right here, ran all the way up to 1077, pulled back, and then took off and got as high as 1245. So almost a $2.50 move. And then I say EVGO, watch for along around the 15 level. Okay, this one took pretty much all day, but you could see that I called it somewhere around here. I say, hey, watch this 15 if we pull back, and we actually got the pullback late in the day. Here's our 15 level, and look at this, right? Bounced on the very first one to 31 cents, but then, yeah, it could have gotten maybe 30 cents on this trade with very little risk. I think the most drawdown you had was about 15 cents. So not a bad trade if you were able to take it. And then finally, market's still in the downtrend. Let's kind of look at the bigger picture of what's going on here. Okay. I think actually, let's go to this chart. Last night in the video, I said, watch this 4630 level for a long. We got down to 4625 and then bounced, right? My new level for tomorrow is going to be around that 4590 level. If we get down there overnight or tomorrow, watch that for a potential long. So I still think more downside. This weekend, the last couple of days, I've been calling for lower prices. Still sticking with that thesis. I think it's something healthy for this market. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, make sure you come join the Discord room. It's free. And until next time, we'll talk to you soon.